Waltrip Brand Band. For over a quarter of a century, the driving force in HISD bands.
It's all about executing, responding, doing what you have to do.
All right, here we go. Getting into the fifth week of school. We're pretty fired up about things right now. There's some things against us, putting our backs against the wall, and well, the only way we know how to fix that is to come out swinging. There are runs that are made every year with different sporting groups, other activities, things like that are making a run, whether it's to the playoffs, to a championship, or to whatever. Well, we're no different. And right now there's some adversity. Well, I think what makes a real champion and something a real success is being able to deal with adversity and to get through that. You know, you're going to take your licks, you're going to get hit. You know, it's a matter of how hard you can get hit, take it, and get back up, and keep moving forward. That's the key. That's the key for us this year. I'm a no surrender, no retreat type person where I'm going to go full force all the way through and see this thing until we just can't do anymore. But I am a little concerned about what's happening with our community and our school, because I don't know that we have the backing that we really want to have or really need. And that's more important. It's not about what we want, it's about what's necessary. And I think the band itself, the program, the students that are involved, we work real hard. And we work too hard to let other things get in our way. And everything we do is for the school, for the community, for the district. And I just want to see some return in that. That's all. Some little mutual respect, some professional courtesy, and some real genuine backing of what the Ram Band does from year to year. I think in general, our parents, our fans, our alumni, teachers on campus, there are those that are very supportive and very helpful, but there are those others that are just, I don't know what to say about them. This is, I know, walking the line of really talking about some other things that maybe are not pertaining to what we're doing here, but I think it's important for people to know. If you're watching this, you know, we want people to stand with us, not against us. And that's all the band is asking for. So all in all, the band itself is moving forward with their performance, and you know, we're getting the last part of the drill on the field, part 3, and we're ready to close this out so that we can get into some more finer details of preparation with visuals, cleaning up sets, definitely working up the music another notch or two, and getting ready for that first contest on October 1. So, all in all, in the band world, we're good. All is good. We're very positive. Outside of the band world, I can't say the same. But we're going to keep moving on. So long.
Wheels are up.
Stop being weak. Make sure your feet are facing this side when you close.
Same thing. 8 steps backwards and close. 1, 2, 3. Pull and touch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
about to learn part 3. Hopefully we can learn this fast and get back and clean up part 2 and see what happens. So, time to get to work.
What's your next set? How many counts? 16!
One touch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, freeze, close.
In the square, Woodwind.
I told you. Be a straight line guy.
Y'all are 2, right? Nancy, right here. This is the line right here.
Those 3 measures for right now, ignore them and start on the float 16. Ignore those first 3 measures and start on the float 16. Is that understood?
Yes, sir!
Hold for those hits. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, just from my point of view, it looks like, people, they're getting the counts. It's just the formations, they're still looking around. They're not sure where to go. The forms, you have to make the pictures. That's really important, going along with the music and all that stuff. Like, making the picture is a big part of marching band. So I think it just more so getting more familiar with what you're having to make, if it's a box, if it's a curve, all that stuff. They need to get more familiar with that than not just the music and the counts. It goes into the whole visual effect of it as well.
I'm actually kind of surprised that they retained it so well when we went through like 12 sets at one time. The last maybe 2 or 3 sets, they're a little sketchy right now, but they at least know the counts and they know their music. I can hear it. They have little fumbles here and there, but you can hear them trying at least. So I'm very surprised for today, but I'm very proud of everyone. So hopefully we can keep this up through the rest of the week until the game.
4, 5, 6, 7, freeze, close.
10 degrees, trumpet.
Just working on some fundamentals outside. We got like a couple of new people, hoping they catch up pretty fast. Right now we just want to clean up. That's all we want to do right now, so we can look better for the next game, because this game is going to make the first impression. It's going to be the first time when we have all of it on the field, so we want to make a good first impression to everybody with it, marching and music-wise.
1, touch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, freeze, close.
Opening set, part 3, let's go! On this way,
Start working on drill.
One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Read your dog, man. Yes, sir.
Then dismiss. 1, 2, 3.
It's just we're trying to get these sets for part 3 done, and people are not responding the way they should be. They're not focused.
I'm excited that we've learned all the show, but I know that there's a lot of work that needs to be done, especially in the brass area, which is important to me because I marched brass. So.
Well, we've learned all of part 3. We've pretty much laid the foundation for what the show is going to be. Now we just have to polish it, clean it up, and start spicing up the rest of the elements. It was a little rough today, I'm not gonna lie. We had to take it back a couple of times because certain blocks weren't nailing the sets like they should have, and certain people weren't focused like they should have been. But I know that by tomorrow and by the game, especially by the game, I know we'll have it all fixed up and it'll be presentable enough for us to get by for that game. So what I'm going to be doing now, I mean, for everyone else, practice is over, but I think me and the field officers are going to get together and start working on some more visuals so we can be ready to take this show to the next level. And that's what this process is all about. You reach one benchmark, then you reach another one, then you reach another one. You keep pushing yourself and you keep moving further up and further up, and you add more and more and more until it's just almost too much. And once it's at that level where it's too much, that's when that's when it starts wowing the crowds, and that's when the judges are like, man, they have a lot going on. So that's what we're going to keep doing. That's the Walk Your Brand Band way.
But like, if there's all 4 of us are moving all on one time, rather than me and you moving, and then him moving, and then her and her moving, like it's breaking down smaller.
Breaking it down, like I wanted to go as far as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 there, so that the snake actually looked like it was
turning, yeah.
You know,
like a little domino.
That's gonna be too much. So I settled for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. So it'll end up in 8 groups, and when we teach it, it'll be the 4. What am I?
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8.
Ooh, I almost missed it.
And then intervention, kids, Johnny. Like bring together stuff, dude.
What goes right here? Is this the leg move?
Yeah.
Oh. Man, you got to concentrate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got it? Yeah, I got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, the band's playing there.
Man, I'm telling the truth. I bet we'd be on the road midnight to about 4 o'clock.
I'm straight to the stadium. We were going to
be right positive.
In school on Monday. Then they would go.
like we've done that.
That is not 3.
on today, and I think people were just thinking about it too much, and they weren't really like, you know, focusing on what was supposed to be happening when the visual was supposed to happen. So, you know, it was kind of all over the place. They're not focusing, and that's like the main thing that's been happening throughout the whole show. It's just like we're having to repeat things, and it's just, it should be in your head, and it should like, they should just know once we tell them once, it should happen the next time. And overall, woodwinds are doing a lot better. You know, they're learning their music, they're playing out, they're being cool with their sound. Brass, they're kind of, you know, it's just kind of iffy. There's a lot of new people that we're still working with, so as of right now, like where we're at now with the game coming up on Friday and the whole show being on the field, like it's moving, it's okay, but you know, it could be better, and it'll get there.
Remember the change, the switch over of the visuals. Don't forget the left foot sway out and the right foot back, follow the little step. Let's get that much done, then come back next week. We'll be fixing and cleaning and putting some more stuff into the show. In the meantime, give it your best shot. I need to see involvement. Don't rush the opening set of the tempo, the first part. Seems like you want to rush it. Do not. If every eyes are on the drum major off and on and stay with tempo, then we'll stay together. All right, here we go.
This is our last rehearsal, full rehearsal before we have a game tomorrow. It's going to be our first time putting the whole show on the field, so it's a big deal for us. You know, we still have a lot of little things. We've added a lot of visuals for the whole show, so that needs to be definitely cleaned up, but it's going to be really cool once it's all pulled together.
So yesterday I kind of got on Brass because they were being lazy, and somebody had already told them to fix one thing, and they would do it wrong over and over. And so, you know, I let it go throughout practice because the section leaders and field captains, they were telling them, you know, you guys need to have vocals, and, you know, they wouldn't do it. And so after practice, I decided to just gather them up really fast, and, you know, I had to yell. And that's the first time I've had to yell all season. And I told them that they needed to do something the first time that we tell them, because if we don't ever fix it the first time, then we're going to be here for like years. Not even by the end of these 3 months that we've been working, we won't even be ready for contests. So, you know, I had to get on them, and then I'm a little disappointed again today because they didn't do what I told them to do yesterday. And, you know, I didn't say anything today again because it's a short practice, and, you know, we had to keep moving. And so I just wish that what I had said yesterday stuck with them, and it didn't, obviously. So I'm just disappointed that they didn't fix it.
that first time we put part 1, 2, and 3 out, and it's the first district game, so there's a lot of excitement out here. So put that energy out there, and hope we have a good showing.
Okay, so it's game day. We're all dressed up, looking all nice in our uniforms. We just got through music rehearsal and it was okay. Hopefully what happens inside happens outside when we're out here on the field. And there's a lot of new visuals that I hope everybody gets. I think it's gonna be okay. We'll see. We're performing to the visitor side, so we're gonna show them what we got. It'll be okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the halftime performance of the Washington High School Ram Band. The band is under the leadership of drum majors Stephanie Bravo, Isabella Zamora, Trevor Peterson, and Alexis Zamora.
Alright, so today Brass got worst section, and I see it as a good thing, not as a really bad thing, as most people would see it. I mean, you have your good games and your bad games. We've been having decent games. It's kind of good that they gave us worst section because, Brass thinks that they're getting away with things. But now since they gave us worst section, it's like kind of like a smack in the face saying, hey, you need to get your stuff together. So hopefully by next week, I need to start working with them and helping them march better. I think the marching-wise, it was just a mistake for the game, but as music goes, next week I'm going to try to help them out as much as I can, try to make it more easier for them, and how I'm going to do that is just work with them with fundamentals and stuff and just start helping them out more and more with music, and so it can be so much easier for them to project or, and then like teaching them dynamics and all these things and that to make the music sound really good. So that's all I'm thinking about next week, just thinking on what to do, like what to gather together so I can help that brass section pump up and get ready for the next game we're in competition.
So the band did pretty all right today as far as putting the whole show together. It wasn't as together as it should be early along now in the season, but it gets better as weeks go on. They have their contest next week, so hopefully they'll get the ball in by that time, get their minds ready to go, thinking it's contest time. There's a lot of potential along the sections. They just need to listen more, listen to that show, the Blue Devil show especially. They can do a lot with the show. It's just they all have to execute the same and together. If they're gonna be by themselves or each section by themselves, they're not gonna be able to execute as a band wants them to go to state. So that's all I got to say. And the band seems to be doing better and better. So there's a lot of potential. So keep up the good work.
All right. Well, I think the band did pretty good today. But I mean, it seems to me that everybody's not really having the right mindset when they come out on the field. I mean, I still see, the same mistakes, phasing. People aren't on step. It's things that should have been fixed a real long time ago, and yet they still, you still see the problems that are on the field. I mean, the only way that the band, I think, will get to state is that if everybody in the band, all 200 plus people, they put in the effort, what they're trying to get out of it. I mean, if they're not going to put in anything, then why even attempt to go to state? But, I see things getting better, little things here and there, and I hope the band, does well on their endeavors.
Well, we performed the full drill for the first time tonight, and we can be proud of the fact that, we've completed the show, but now it's time to look deeper and hold up that microscope and really look at and dissect what our problems are, what our issues are. It was nice to see some of the visuals put into the show. We didn't perform for our crowd, so it didn't really get the response that it would have, but a lot of those moves and a lot of the things and a lot of the techniques aren't as clean and polished as they should be and as they could be and as they would be if people were focused on what they need to do. I think this season and this year, a lot of the band students, they say, I want to go to state, I want to go to state, we want to go to state, state is our goal. And it's fine and dandy to say it, but it's a totally different thing to actually put the work in and do it. You can't play around with this and just think that it's going to, fall in your lap. You got to roll your sleeves up, get down, get dirty, and do the work. And that's the only way it's going to happen. There's not a single story in the existence of humanity where someone just achieved something by not working. So we just got to keep working. Next week we'll see what happens when we hit the marching field and we start practicing. Hopefully everyone will come ready to go, ready to work, and ready to take this show to the next level. Because next Saturday is the first competition of the season, and we want to have a first showing. First impressions, everything. So, hey, you gotta try is what the phrase is. So we're gonna keep trying, we're gonna keep pushing, see what happens. That's all you can do.
Okay, so I said earlier in the week that I was kind of worried about how Brass was gonna do. And I'm kind of sad to say that I was right. I was hoping that I wouldn't be right and they would prove me wrong in doing a strong performance. But musically and marching wise, it was pretty much terrible. And you know, that's something that I've said before is now we know what we have to work on, you know, consistency in performance and going from practice to performance and what we need to work on, what we need to change. Just the pressure of having to march in front of a group of people other than, you know, Mr. Stevens when we're outside. So, you know, we just got to work on consistency from the practice field to the real field.
Okay, so we just got through with our first game doing the whole show, all 3 parts. It went all right, you know, there's still some little issues here and there with marching and music, and, you know, we had to get on brass section a little bit because, you know, they've been kind of struggling this week, and we know that they can do better. So we just had to get on them a little bit. Hopefully it will improve, you know, next week and stuff. We have probably 5 more rehearsals until our first contest, so it's really getting into crunch time. So we just need to keep working and keep pushing. You know, rehearsals are going well. It's just we need to get rid of those little jittery, you know, feelings, you know, going out onto the field and getting too nervous. And because we know that they can do better than how they did on the field today. So we just need to work.
First football game, putting the whole show, part 1, 2, and 3 on the field. And it wasn't exactly how I expected them to perform. Throughout this week, it was going pretty decent. The music was there, the marching was there, but I had to really get on brass because they were there physically, but their minds were just somewhere else. And today, it really showed. There was huge phasing problems, and marching technique just was gone. And I don't know where their mind was, but it was definitely not on our performance. And that just it makes me disappointed that we're working so hard and they're not focusing or something's distracting them. And, this week is just, it started off okay and then it didn't end the way it should. So next week it needs to get better, especially because next Saturday is our first contest, so it needs to get done before then.